Hello and welcome everyone to a Warcast Extra with myself and Warrior Sparta.
Hello there, no Rambler.
No, I was going to say, if you're wondering, hang on, what just happened to Warcast? Where did Rambler go? I think he's landed by now. Would he have landed?
Yeah, he's gone on holiday in Canada today.
He's gone to Canada, yeah. And as much as we would, love to have had him on, CA don't work to our schedule, unfortunately.
No, he's been fired. Basically, we fired him. No, I'm joking. No, if you're watching Rambler, we haven't. No,
yeah, he will be back to join us for next month's full Warcast. Although potentially we may need to do a Warcast Extra after E3.
Definitely.
Although actually, I'm going to be going away next week, so Warrior, it might be you having to cover any.
On my own.
Yeah. Because me and Rambler are both pretty much getting back from our holidays at the same time.
Oh God, yeah.
It's the 25th of June. But actually, 25th of June, that syncs nicely into what we're going to briefly talk about in today's Warcast Extra, which is pretty much the latest rally point from Creative Assembly.
That's it.
What did they drop, Warrior?
The Last Roman, which is the new campaign pack for Attila. Hence the purple background on this episode. So we've themed it quite well, haven't we?
We have. Really pleased with my Photoshop skills.
Yeah, you're that Photoshop.
That Photoshop.
But I'm terrible on names again. I've forgotten who are the. It's General
Belisarius.
General Belisarius, isn't it? An Emperor. What's his name?
Justinian.
There we go. I'm terrible.
Dude, I'm looking at the Steam page for it, so I'm just as bad.
I'm gonna say, wow, you're good at this. Yeah, no, this is the last push of the Eastern Roman Empire to try and reclaim back the lost lands of the Western Roman Empire, apparently. Yeah. So Emperor Justinian is trying to reclaim them. He sent Belisarius on his adventure adventure, if you want to call it that, to try and reclaim the lands, and that's what you're going to try and do. It's your campaign, but I think there's 5 factions that are going to be playable, aren't there?
5 playable factions, and obviously kind of the last Roman faction, as it were, is a Roman expedition with Belisarius as obviously the commander of that. We'll have a link to the rally point because Jack Lusted, who's heading up the new content team, he's probably going to explain it way better than us, but we're just going to share some thoughts and opinions about it.
Sure. I mean that they are going to implement the horde system, so Belisarius will be actually playing in sort of the faction is a horde-like faction, so they will sort of try and reclaim back territories, but they don't have to actually settle down, do they? I don't think.
Yeah, the way it works, at least the way I was understanding it from the rally point, was that they essentially work like a horde, and when they conquer a settlement, they can essentially subjugate it to be part of the Eastern Roman Empire, as it were.
That's correct. Yeah.
So you stay as a horde. You don't get the settlement. It just becomes part of the Roman Empire that still exists at that point.
Again. Yeah.
However, what you can decide to do is settle down and break away and try and re-establish the Western Roman Empire. Now, there's 2 ways of doing this. Obviously, by capturing settlements through war and what have you, and taking them, but you can also apparently do it through diplomacy and talk to other factions and get them to kind of form a confederation, as it were, almost, to reform the Western Roman Empire, because as Jack said in the video, it's sort of still hinting at, while in kind of physical kind of borders the Western Roman Empire was gone, there were many kind of, it still kind of existed on a kind of I guess almost cultural level, you could say. There were little pockets of factions that had risen up from it that shared values or what have you, and would be inclined to see the rise of a new empire.
That's it.
Something along those ideas. So the other factions that you've got are the Ostrogoths, Vandals, Franks, and Visigoths.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's, as you say, it's sort of that trying to rekindle what was lost. And there's also not just that, the 5 factions where you've got to play as and the mechanics behind it. There's also going to be sort of mini games and sort of events that happen throughout the actual campaign. So you've got the great volcano that happened in Indonesia, apparently, is that right? And actually that has a massive effect on the campaign in terms of agriculture and things like that, and food, etc. We've also got the plague, which happened, which again can sort of cause major public order issues and problems in your regions. There's all that to do. And there's also, I think, you've got to play off various sort of missions that are happening between
Yeah.
Justinian's wife.
Yeah, the
Emperor.
Empress and the Emperor. So you've kind of got those characters giving Belisarius various missions to go and do, throughout the campaign, and to kind of, offer that scripted kind of almost role-playing element to it, that sort of RPG element to it. But at the same time, if you want to, as they said, many players that play Total War love the ahistorical opportunity to just break away and do the complete opposite of what happened in history. So you can do whatever you want, but if you like following a set path, and it might be useful for us if we want to make Let's Plays following specific outcomes, that always helps. So I think it says here on the Steam page, will you stay loyal to Justinian's vision of reclaiming Rome from the barbarians, or will you follow your own path, establishing yourself as a new emperor in the West?
So it's that kind of factual history. You can do what you want to. If you can control what happens in the Let's Play, in the actual storyline. So it's really good to try and get your teeth stuck into it and play different types of factions and different scenarios that can happen on the actual campaign. It looks really good, actually. And a lot of people are saying, or not a lot of people, a couple of people are saying that it's just a copy of Hannibal at the Gates. Well, no, it's not, because a lot of different mechanics in this one.
I've got to admit, I did actually kind of think that when I first saw sort of the some of the screenshots that show, or the video sort of showing similar. It looks similar to kind of Hannibal's.
Well, it's the same
sort of
map layout,
but it also incorporates a lot of Gaul. And apparently the province is quite detailed. And from one or two of the screenshots, provinces that only have one city, areas that would traditionally be covered by just one city now have three. So they've obviously expanded it. But the thing is, I've been seeing, since Attila came out, people asking for a Justinian or a Belisarius campaign DLC. Yeah. So CA definitely playing to, what the community's been vocal about. Yeah.
Sure. And he's got new technologies and buildings in there as well, so they've overhauled that as well.
So I mean, I think this will definitely, you're definitely getting kind of the hardcore chaps that are looking into this period of history, the last Roman. So from that standpoint, they're not really going to care if the map looks the same, if it's zoomed in more detail, because they fully expected that. That's where it's going to take place.
It has to be, I suppose, isn't it? Really. And of course, it starts in the year 533 AD, so large spans of time between this and the Grand Campaign starting point. So I'm sort of looking forward to it, and as I say, the community wanted it, so it's here. Yeah, and it should be good. Should be good, man.
There's new units for each faction. There's new technologies and buildings. Again, I'm just looking through the Steam page. We'll put that in the description as well. So you can take a look at it all. And at the moment, again, like most of the DLCs, it's got 10% off at the moment, and that ends on the 25th when it comes out. So it's $8.99, I guess. What's that? Do they sell these for $15 normally?
Yeah, I think about
$15 they normally sell the DLC campaign packs.
Yeah, about €9.99, something like that. Is it?
So I guess
it's cents.
Cents, yeah.
It is, yeah.
So it's the same pricing that they've had all the way through. So essentially, if you liked their DLC campaign packs, you'll probably like this one. They've looked at bringing the top 4 points they've got is a huge new campaign map, new expedition faction with new gameplay features, 5 playable factions with additional units, tech and buildings, and a dramatic story-based campaign challenge. So if that floats your boat, you'll probably enjoy this.
And of course, it's going to be zoomed in. There's going to be more regions, more cities that they're going to be, controlled. You can look at. So it's going to be a lot more like a campaign pack is. A lot more zoomed in, focus map than it was before.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't tried one before, then to be honest, because this is the first campaign pack DLC we're seeing for Attila, and I know. I've certainly been pretty vocal about not being the happiest chap in the world about Attila's very fast DLC releases since release. You had the Langobar, the Longbeards DLC and the Celts DLC, which I'm now actually slowly starting to play because it's taken me that long to be interested in them. For me, just timing was all off, but I've never had a problem with faction DLC packs. Really, I've kind of got used to those being the norm that we see for additional content. But the things I really did enjoy from Rome 2 were the campaign.
The campaign
DLCs.
Packs.
Especially when they added in story-based elements and stuff. I really like that. So yeah, I'll definitely. I'm sure we'll both definitely be covering it.
Yeah, definitely will be. Yeah.
I have promised. Well, me and Rambler have promised that we will do a co-op or a versus campaign on this new DLC, obviously to replace our Wrath of Sparta one.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be a versus, no Rambler. It'll be a versus.
I think. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure after that last versus he wanted to do a co-op or not. I'm not sure.
Oh, guys, you changed his tune.
No, actually, wait. We've surely. No, I think we've got to do a versus because it's 1-1 technically. Because he won Caesar in Gaul. I, despite my huge fail at the siege, because I forgot about the siege out time. Seriously, playing Attila, you're like, oh my god, it's going to be 20 turns before this. I can't just really sit here for. Well, I can sit here for 20 turns and just end turn until it eventually goes. And then I forgot about that Rome 2, and it went in like 5 turns, and I was like, oh crap! I was whittling him down, waiting to really smash through, and then he was like, you should really attack, dude, and I'm like, why? And he was like, you should just really attack, and I was like, no, end turn, and then great.
And then you just took it without you just
gave up. Yeah, it just went. I mean, obviously, like Rambler, we both kind of had enough of that series. So
yeah.
So it's 1-1. So yeah, probably it will be a versus on the last Roman campaign pack when that comes out. So look for that probably around the 25th
June. And also on the day of its release is going to be free LC, but we don't know what that is yet.
Yes, good point.
New patch as well.
Yeah, that patch for the main game, lots of balancing and things like that. I'm hoping, because I'm encountering, I don't know about you, I'm encountering it in all my Let's Plays at the moment for Attila. Corruption is through the bloody roof.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting wrecked.
Right.
It's gone from being like 20, now it's like 40s. And I've had loads of my viewers suggest that I use a corruption reduction mod. Apparently that's what Heir of Carthage is using at the moment. He's very much the trendsetter, it would seem.
Oh, right, because I'm thinking that could be the case as I progress further into my Western Roman Empire
I'm
campaign.
Getting wrecked. I mean, spies help reduce corruption.
And edicts do, I suppose.
And yes, there's no edict that reduces corruption, I don't think.
I'm sure there was one on mine.
Is it for Sassanids? Or
Western Roman
Might
Empire.
be for them then. They probably need it, to be honest.
Yeah,
but yeah, for the Saxons, Danes, I've not found any edicts that help. Obviously, you've got governors, but actually, that's like 10%, not off the base rate, but actually of the current rate of of corruption. So it's not. So if you got 40%, it's not down to 30. It's 10% of the 44. So yeah, 4.4. So you lose that from it, which is what confused me because I was like, this trait isn't bloody well working. I'm getting wrecked here. I was like, I should have lost like 10 points here, 10% rather than the 2. So I'm getting screwed over hard at the moment by corruption. I mean, I'm still getting like 7-8k a turn, but I tried with this mod on, which essentially slices the corruption in half, and my economy nearly, well, it doubled easily. So the reason why I haven't turned it on is because I could start steamrolling.
It's sort of OPs it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the people that have commented in my video saying that it's definitely kind of a game balancer. It stops you from being able to steamroll so quickly because the more territories you take, the more corruption it adds across all of your provinces. Because Attila is simulating, and it's never tried to be an empire-building game. It's about the fall of empires. So it really hits players hard that try to play this traditional Total War game of building up an empire, which I like, but it's really right up the arse.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to play that with my Sassanid Empire because that is exactly what I'm trying to do: build up a huge empire in the east.
Maybe they've got more modifiers or traits. People, if you're watching, let us know.
Interesting point.
But, yeah.
Right.
That patch and free LC, which is as yet unannounced, is dropping on the 25th as well. And they're also celebrating officially then, the 25th, is 15 years of Total War.
Yes, indeed. And we had that fantastic interview by Mike Simpson.
Yes, on the Rally Point.
On the Rally Point.
And there was still that wonderful 15 years of Total War trailer, which we saw back at the British Museum, didn't we, when we first
in December
saw a little bit about Warhammer. And then had to be quiet for a while.
I take it we can say that now, can we?
Well, NDA's done on that.
Yeah,
Warhammer is out.
Hello, Craig. No, I can't say it, Tim. No, can't say a word.
We saw it. I think because it was an event with YouTubers and press celebrating 15 years. They were showing what.
Well, it was 3 trailers we saw, didn't we? We saw the first one was the Wrath of Sparta, which I was
pumped.
He
was going crazy on his seat.
I had a I had a boner. Second one was the 15 years, and then we got the Warhammer trailer. So it was
boom.
It's fantastic.
And then obviously everyone was just jaws dropped everywhere, and then they came out on stage today and were just like, we'll talk more about that later on, sort of in the year, and we were like, oh no. So obviously we could talk about that now because they didn't show us anything besides the cinematic trailer, which is already out, but we were obviously NDAs at the event for that specifically until recently.
We sort of knew before everyone else, everyone was calling it. I was thinking, I feel like I have a bit of power.
Every time people were asking us, make a video on what you think the next Total War is going to be, it's like really hard because I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, I'm always a bit skeptical about those sort of things. If you know, I think you should just respect that and keep it quiet, and then that's it. But it's one of those things. But no, it was good. It was good. That was. I enjoyed that. That
was a good event.
But as well. Talking about 15 years of Total War, on Steam is available the original Shogun and Medieval.
Yes.
So if you want to really go back to the core, beautiful gameplay of Total War when it was starting out, check them out on Steam. That was my first ever venture. That was in Medieval. So
Medieval. Yeah, I played loads more Medieval than I did of Shogun. People always ask me like, which was your first Total War? Well, it was Shogun. I did pick it up, but I played it the least out of anything, just because I wasn't really hugely into strategy or PC gaming.
That's changed.
Yeah, God, changed from my PlayStation over to the PlayStation 1 with Crash Bandicoot, Spyro.
Oh my God. I would say when I first got it, I was only about 15, 16. And I wasn't, really as with it, in terms of I was with it. It wasn't in terms of with the game. I couldn't really.
I didn't really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I kind of looked at it and went, I kind of get it, and then I left it. Went back to playing Age of Empires.
When Rome came out, the first one was the big one for me. That was when I really saw it. I thought this is pretty good actually. And this is good.
I'd love to hear. I'm sure we both love to hear your favourite memories and features from those first 2 Total War games, those classics. Mine was the fact that you applied traits and titles of the Lord of Wessex.
Titles, yeah.
It was a little scroll on the campaign map, and you dragged and dropped it onto the guy that you wanted, and then it got applied. And a little scroll. I loved that. That.
The Medieval 2 mod, Bloods, Broads, and Bastards is a mod that's out for Medieval 2, and that actually gives back ancillaries and titles for Medieval 2 because that was a great feature in Medieval.
Oh, nice. I think that's incorporated into stainless steel.
Yeah,
because when you put a general into a building, into a city, if no one else's general's been there before, they become the duke of that place. They get the title, which gives more tax rate for that specific place.
Yeah. You got the Privy Seal and things like that.
It's great, isn't it?
The crown, English crown, it's great. It's very, very good. It adds that story play mode that unfortunately Rome 2 did lack a little bit, unfortunately. So
got there in the end with Attila.
Definitely, But titles, it's so good. Titles, it's really good.
Love it.
Yeah,
love that classic.
It is really good.
So share your memories with 15 years of Total War. On the 25th of June. Share your memories of Total War. Share, your campaign stories. We'd love to read them and hear them. I'm sure CA would as well.
Definitely.
I'm sure, to be honest, actually, most Total War gamers love hearing. I'd like to think that's probably part of the reason why, people view our content. They love seeing someone else's story that they craft out of Total War. That's certainly what I get out of watching other people's
that narrative storyline about it.
Total War Let's Plays.
Also, 15 years. I'm talking about 200 years since the Battle of Waterloo. Next Thursday.
15 years since Waterloo. Christ, we've advanced quickly, haven't we? We've done well.
It's like yesterday's Craig said. That's because he's playing Napoleon.
Napoleon was on dial-up, right?
Yeah. But no, 200 years next Thursday, the 18th. So I believe CA are doing a little bit of a appreciation to it, a little bit of a thing for it.
Oh, cool. Was there something with Napoleon?
Yeah,
I
maybe.
assume.
I'm going to assume.
Would make sense, I guess.
Yes.
Yes. 18th. Well, you'll have to let me know all about that, chap, because I'll be on the beach in Spain.
Yeah, you will be, won't you, with Bobcat?
Well, with Bobcat, yes. We'll be on a beach or hotel roof in the pool.
A hotel roof?
Yeah, on the top of the hotel roof, they've got a pool.
Oh, nice. It's not like on the actual bottom.
No, yeah, they got it on the roof.
Nice.
It's quite cool. I'm taking Game of Thrones to read with me, the first book, because I've got about a quarter of the way into it, and I still just haven't had. I don't know about you. I never have time to read books.
I never have time to read them.
I'd love to sit and read them in bed, but Netflix.
Yeah, I'm more a visual person than story based in terms of reading.
I love a good book though, but yes, I think Bobcat was very happy to hear I'll be bringing around that tome. She was like, "What are you going to read on holiday?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what you do, right? You read on holiday." And she's like, "You're not gonna talk to me on holiday." I was like, "No, I'm gonna read my book."
Oh my god! you need to give her that love. You need to give the Lionheart love.
The line love.
Yeah, you do.
That's that's for later in the evenings.
That's for when you make
I'm glad she doesn't watch these.
The Cubs.
The Cubs. Seriously though, when the day comes, I'm totally doing it. She will not appreciate this at all, but I'm totally grabbing my baby, not
this
like
is what
a random
Gemma
baby. Grabbing it and going like, "Ah, Savannah."
Gemma said I should do that when this one comes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome that Gemma's letting you do that.
Yeah,
take it.
Like literally, just have nothing on camera and then suddenly raise it up.
Could I come and visit and go like with some tomato sauce and go Simba?
Yeah. Get like the stick he has.
Yeah, Rafiki.
Yeah, Rafiki. Yeah.
Oh, God. Have you seen Lion King?
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen
the theatrical.
Oh no, I've seen the actual stage version.
Yeah. But of course you've seen the Lion King Disney. Seriously, it's one of the best like musicals I've seen.
Really?
Absolutely cracking. Rafiki is bloody hilarious.
Oh right, okay. I'll have to try it because it's always out, isn't it? It gets very good coverage.
I went to Southampton to watch it.
Oh right, okay.
In fact, that's where I was, and not at the Attila preview event.
Oh God!
Yeah, I remember getting the email for the Attila preview event that was happening at Creative Assembly, and I was like, "Crap! I bought Bobcat tickets to go see this for her birthday ages ago. Pre-planned." Yeah. Oh God! Obviously, saying so. Babe.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Yeah, that would not have ended well. So in fact, I sent my clone along. I did have a presence there. I sent my brother, my identical twin, to represent me in my place and get all the info. So that's why I'm still saying that I got. It took me a while to get used to the Siege of Londinium at EGX because that was the first time I'd got hands on, and everyone else had played it.
That was before CA sort of. I didn't think I was really involved with CA at that point.
Were you not at that one?
That was the last one I didn't go to. That was the last event that they did before they got you in. A man.
Before you were chosen.
Yes,
mighty Spartan. Rise.
So yes, because then the next event they did was the invitation down to Eurogamer for the announcement.
Yeah.
That's when I first came down.
Good event.
Yeah, that was the first time I actually met you, wasn't it, in person?
No, Rezzed.
Oh Christ!
I met you way before, buddy, because I remember I sort of introduced you to Will and Craig at Rezzed.
Yes.
I was like, this is Warrior of Sparta, and I just remember going, Christ, he's stacked, isn't he? God,
oh bless.
Muscles. Seriously,
it's all puppy fat.
Like seriously, if I ever need backing up, I'm you're the first.
Get the old Sparta.
You're the first guy I'm calling.
Get the heroes of Sparta.
Yeah. Just rally the troops and Spartan charge.
But no, that of course that was it, and then we went to and then we went to Eurogamer, and then of course I've never looked back. CA's been wonderful since then, so it's been great. But so
busy events and
lots to look forward to.
I think we can both hopefully say so with CA being or having a presence at E3.
Yeah.
We're available when you come back.
Yeah, no, we were saying it'd be good to sort of get the YouTubers to get involved with.
We want to see that demo. Basically, I'm not gonna lie. We want to see that demo.
Yes.
Let the press in to see it. We want to see it.
They'll be watching, so come on. No, I'm sure we're going to see it soon because we're hyped. So
we are pumped.
Would you want? While we're talking about Warhammer, we want to talk a little bit about before we finish off the Eurogamer interview, didn't we, that they did last week. Was it a guy called Nick? I think was it? I can't remember his name now.
Chris or
Chris,
Elliot,
Neil, Patrick.
Jeff,
I don't know.
Tom.
He interviewed them. Very good interview actually with the two developers, the project lead, Ian Roxburgh.
Sorry, I'm still thinking names.
Oh my god!
Links in the description to the interview as well, so you can go watch after this.
Well, he interviewed Ian Roxburgh, the project lead, and one of the writers. And first big thing was confirmed was the fact there is going to be an historical total war that's been worked on. Not going to be worked on, it's being worked on alongside Warhammer. We don't know what this is, but it is being worked on. So that was an important
place your bets.
Sound, yeah. That would be interesting to see what that was. And as well, a few other things like magic. We will confirm that this magic will be... I thought it was quite a good thing because Rambler called this in the last Warcast was the fact that magic is going to be influenced on the area of where you are. So the more north you go, the higher magic is, and it's sort of how it can be used in battle. I believe is influenced. So
for the best magic, you want to be king in the north.
In the north, yeah. But again, I've still got to look. I've got to work out and work on my lore because my lore of Warhammer
I've been meaning to do a video.
Shocking at the moment. Absolutely shocking.
Need to talk to them Warhammer channels.
Yes.
Share the knowledge. Actually, in fact, I think they both like it's Arch Warhammer and I forget his name.
Rexasaur, that guy?
No, not Rexasaur. He hasn't emailed me. Who was the other chap? Oh god, it's Arch Warhammer, and there's another guy that does really good Warhammer like lore videos and stuff. Rexasaur does do good stuff too. But they both emailed me saying, well, would I be up for, doing a chat about it or something like that? And I want to talk to them. But I do also have a very good friend of mine went through school together who is Warhammer crazy. So I want to get him on at some point and do some stuff because I need to educate myself because
I don't think it will take long because I'm so interested in fantasy-based worlds. Like I said in my video before, Game of Thrones, Narnia, Lord of the Rings, all of them. They're fantastic. So it won't take me long, but I've got to get up to speed with it.
I want to know the backstories and the lore for this because I don't want to be going around going, oh, there's this Karl Franz guy, he seems cool, and not be like he's the emperor.
Oh yeah, because we'll get absolutely annihilated.
We'll get slaughtered. Our subscribers, as they currently are on both of our own channels, they'll probably be forgiving. You guys are an awesome community.
Forgiving chaps.
And you're lovely people, but the hardcore Warhammer sort of fans among you, and the new fans that will probably most likely be brought in with this release,
won't be as forgiving.
Will not be forgiving at all. No. And rightly so. We should know our stuff if we're going to be playing that.
I mean, obviously, we know the gameplay of Total War, and the sort of the fundamentals of what the game will probably be like.
We do,
but. Well,
you haven't seen some of my campaigns lately.
Oh no, you know what I mean. No, but we make our fails. I make my many fails, but we do know the game, and
we have a passion for the games.
Exactly, and it won't be an issue, but it's got to, it's got to be something we've got to sort out. Because if you got an issue, you get a tissue.
That's amazing.
I don't know where that came from.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Copyright Warrior Sparta 2015.
Yeah. Well, it's not a classic line, that. It's like my nan said, she said, if anyone really gets to you, say to him, do you want some salt? And then they'll go, what do you mean? For that almighty chip on your shoulder.
Can we do a Warcast with your nan?
Yeah, oh God, my nan would be classic. We're still going to get Isabel on. We've got to get Isabel on for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The next one.
Brilliant.
Get her on. That'd be hilarious. Carnage, absolute carnage, but it'd be hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So nothing else to say, is there really much? Have you got anything else you want to say about the Warhammer interview?
Not really. I mean, it was. I would say if you do kind of want a little bit of extra knowledge, because it's kind of the interview was feeding off their article that they did, and the article essentially from Eurogamer was very similar to the articles that you saw from PC Gamer, from PC Games, and they all had pretty much the same sort of information. But this was an interview that allowed them to ask a few more questions and expand upon what we had read before.
Yeah, and it's good to see a personal touch because the actual developers were there.
It
wasn't just text.
If you're hungry for Warhammer knowledge, it's definitely worth a watch. And also, I was reading in the comments because someone was asking, who were the two devs? What was their history of Warhammer and Creative Assembly? And I can't remember which was which, but one of them has been working with Creative Assembly for years and years and years. Worked as a kind of a project lead on various titles. I think
Ian Roxburgh's name's come up before.
Was the developer for main development lead for Napoleon? I think was one of their last ones. They've also worked on more recent ones. I think Attila and stuff. But essentially, yeah, one of the devs has been with CA for absolutely yonks. Kind of a veteran, all the way back to like Medieval 2 and stuff. I think. And the other chap has come over from, I think, PC Gamer. I think he was either an editor or like a sub-editor at some point or something at PC Gamer, and we're hugely into Warhammer.
Oh, well, that's great then.
Yeah, but if you go onto the Eurogamer interview, you can actually see all this information. Someone posted a really detailed paragraph about it all, which was awesome, and actually Eurogamer replied back to it saying thanks for all the info, which is nice to see. But yeah, there is, essentially a veteran dev who's been through loads of different Total War launches.
It's Ian. Because there's an interview here, thread back in 2002, Medieval Total War interview with Ian Roxburgh.
Oh, there we go. So the other chap, whose name I forget, my apologies. I'll probably meet him at some point when we're up there.
Yeah, we will have to apologise.
He, I believe, has come from a writing editorial background, but huge Warhammer fan. It wasn't PC Game, was he? No. He came from Games Workshop. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think
he's with food, but she didn't realise we're on webcam, so you can't see anything. Thanks. I've got a brew coming in.
Ooh.
Cheers, chaps.
Very nice. Service with a smile.
Oh yeah. This before we say anything else.
Is this the mug you got?
No, hang on. Your logo of this. Stanis Baratheon should have this mug. Can you see that?
Oh dear.
I love my daddy.
Yeah, if you watch the latest Game of Thrones, we won't spoil it, but... Oh, good. Not good. Yeah. But yes, I think he's not come from PC Gamer, sorry. Or maybe he's been at PC Gamer. I got confused. Maybe I'm just saying PC Gamer. It sounds like I'm sponsored by them. It's PC Gamer.
I want to find out his name now.
It's on the actual... If you go onto the Eurogamer video, YouTube, it's in the comments. But yes, I think... correct myself. The other dev, is from a Games Workshop background and has been through Games Workshop and Warhammer for years and years and years. Either way, he's big into Warhammer, big into tabletop, so he knows his stuff.
He knows his background.
He does,
and that's what you need. They need that as much as they need the core Total War developers and things like that. They need that fresh perspective. He's a gentleman called Andy Hall.
Andy Hall, there we go.
Andy Hall, who is the...
Just got you opened up the video. There we go.
I'm
trying to find it now.
We're frantically, we are prepared for this, chaps. We do.
Yes, it's not. It's not thrown together quickly.
Andy Hall writes. He's one of the writers behind it, so obviously he'll know the lore, he'll know the background of Total War Warhammer, and he wouldn't, just Warhammer, and he would know exactly how to script this. So yes, and Ian Roxburgh says he's been around since at least 2002. He's involved with Medieval Total War. So
I found it.
You found it.
The lead writer for Total War Warhammer, Andy Hall, is a former Games Workshop employee and the creator of the Warhammer Quest OS game, who started out as a key member of Games Workshop direct sales and dispatch department, eventually worked his way up. Editorial assistant and designer that wrote for and assisted the production of myriad periodicals, including the Citadel Journal, War Master Magazine, and Epic Magazine.
Wow.
So he's been a busy chap.
Doesn't know stuff though, does he really?
Wow,
he does know stuff.
A senior writer for White Dwarf Magazine, Games Workshop's monthly organ and best-selling tabletop gaming magazine in the world. Why the hell did I think someone was from PC Gamer? No clue. No idea.
Because they did the first article on it probably last week.
Probably. I've said that stuck in my head. Yeah.
No, but no, great to get someone from Games Workshop on there. Really, the licensed company,
Yeah.
obviously behind
So,
the wall.
yeah, you've got. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, the Ian has worked on various Total Wars. He's helped create Medieval 2, Viking Battle for Asgard, Empire, Rome 2, Shogun 2, and was the lead designer of Napoleon Total War. He's also done PR and marketing roles for Medieval 2, Kingdoms, Spartan Total Warrior, Rome Total War, Barbarian Invasion, Medieval Total War, and Viking Invasion, and
he knows
even
his stuff then.
the original Medieval Total War. So he has been around for bloody ages, which, you know, they've got some hardcore vets working on this.
Good. I feel warm,
Fuzzy.
happy about it at the moment.
Drinking.
I want to see the E3 demo. Then I'll tell you.
Give us a demo. Well,
Let us see the demo.
Yeah.
But yeah, the early indications, very smart, very nice.
does look good. But I guess we should say it as well. Here's the grain of salt, because you know we have learnt our lessons. So you know we'll cool down the hype train. It's pulling into the station to stop for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
looks
and that's
good.
with every game. That is with every game.
Exactly.
You got to take it a step back, and obviously not saying it's goodbyes, but look at Witcher 3. You know, differences between that and the earlier game versions we had. You know, let's just take a step back. Very early reports seem very, very good,
Yes.
but we'll have to find out.
It's going to be interesting to see what AngryJoe has to say.
Yeah, and that will be good. You know,
Because, you know, he may not be everyone's cup of tea, but normally I found he's pretty spot
on. Yeah, he's pretty spot on.
Actually, his Witcher 3. For those who don't know AngryJoe, he's a reviewer, very prolific reviewer, and normally he starts his reviews by saying they darn fucked it up.
Yeah, he did.
Normally he says that about a game. For The Witcher 3, I think he started off by saying, I love this game. He didn't say his usual, which, you know, and he did say there were problems and things like that along the way, but he covered it all the way, and he was really, you know, he's given that a really good score. And from what I've played, and it's totally different Total War, it is a very solid game.
The thing I don't like about it, because I've been playing quite a lot recently, you'd be happy to know, because thanks, Lionheart, you gave me the key for that. It was very nice of you to send over. But it's a bit clunky, the movement. I don't know if you found that.
It is a little bit, yeah. It does.
I'm bashing into everything with my horse.
with Roach.
He is an absolute noob. He's a noob horse.
He is stupid. I watched a video where you're testing out your armour and Roach just suddenly charges on through and gets hit, like just misses a crossbow bolt being fired at him. It's just like, Roach, you're an idiot. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what AngryJoe says, because you know he's not afraid to hold back. He will, you know, throw criticism. He will, you know, I mean, if you want to see what to expect from AngryJoe, go and watch his Rome 2 Angry review. And
that's not because he's been overly on purpose. Just for the sake of it, negative. No. He's a very passionate Total War player.
He is a huge fan of the series. He is a huge fan.
He says it.
And
I love this. I like this game, and I love this franchise. And he says this, and he is.
And then he went, but
this is why. Yeah. This is why he's been critical about Rome 2, because he felt upset by it. But you know, it was, I suppose, in some ways, a lot of it was fair to say, but I think, as I say, with Warhammer, he will go to Warhammer. He will go with his usual self, open-minded, and we'll hear back an honest review. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
looking forward to seeing what he has to say.
Yeah.
From it.
And you know, when we go as well, hopefully, if that's the case, then I'd love to see.
Sadly, not to E3.
No, we're not going to E3.
Them expensive planes.
Damn expensive planes.
And then like hostels and hotels, unless you're staying like, I don't know, outside of LA.
Yeah, in a hovel. But I don't know.
Tent somewhere.
Yes.
Oh, we should get like tent. We could get like an RV and like tour around.
Yeah, we could get like a
Warrior and Lion's Mad Adventure.
We could get like a hippie mobile, couldn't we? Like a hippie van, like just like.
Any sponsors of like VW vans?
Yeah,
in the States want to sponsor our road trip.
Pick up Rambler on the way, and hi Rambler.
Yeah, from Canada. Come join us. Go.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's going to be good, and we can find out, hopefully, if we get some sort of...
Yeah, I think that's everything we had to cover. So, The Last Roman DLC campaign pack is coming out on the 25th. Mm-hmm. There will be a big Attila patch for balancing and tweaks and
DLCs.
optimization. Free DLC, which we don't know what it is yet. hedge your bets.
Yeah.
Probably a new faction of some kind, I'd have thought.
And then you've got stuff about Warhammer, which was kind of confirmed, but we wanted to sort of go to what you said on the Eurogamer. But that's really everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Well, thanks for hearing us ramble on, but we wanted to put this together because obviously it's quite a big announcement for Attila, the first campaign pack. So.
Especially because everyone lately's been going, oh, it's great that you got all this Warhammer information, all this arena information going out. Where's Attila stuff?
Yeah. So, we ain't forgotten about you, Attila.
Yeah.
You're still our baby. You're still my baby.
A little bit creepy.
Yeah.
Just remember not to put your baby on a pyre and burn it.
Arr.
Game of Thrones reference. Anyway, we will be back most likely. I guess, considering it's the cup. Love it. I guess unless there's been crazy amounts of info about Warhammer coming out E3 to warrant another Warcast extra before next month's full Warcast. That'll be from. Oh my God! What is that? What is that?
That's Oliver's little Eagle Piggle.
Oh, that's creepy as.
Have you seen Eagle Piggle?
Yeah, it's bloody creepy.
Well, this morning on Facebook was a older version of Eagle Piggle who was really stocked and muscly and really had a number of years of drinking problems and was actually arrested in jail. And I showed that picture to Isabel. I thought she'd find it funny, and she's actually said this tonight. She's scared of him, so I'm a bit of a boo-boo there.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Not the best dad. Not I love my daddy. Not the world's best dad.
She might put you on a pyre and burn you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Watch out.
The irony.
If you see her coming along with like a jerry can and like a lighter. Love you, daddy.
Well, you'll do anything for me, daddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there you go.
But guaranteed, when we return, we will be back with everyone's favourite Rambler.
Not mine, but
you got another Rambler that rambles better than Rambler.
Who?
I don't know. You said he's not your favourite.
Oh right, yeah, no.
Who's your favourite then? Awkward for when Rambler sees this because I said he's my favourite and you didn't.
Oh right, okay. I love you, Rambler. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, what happens actually if at E3?
Yeah.
You've sodded off to Spain. He's in Canada. I'm obviously at home.
I'm gonna have to send you the layout for this so you can record a one-man Warcast extra. Yeah, one square. Yeah, we've gone down from 3 square. We went 4 squares, 3 squares, 2 squares. The next Warcast could well be 1 square. This chap on his onesie. To be fair, if there's breaking news, dude, you've got to cover it.
Do it. Yeah,
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, send it to me. That'd be hilarious. I'll keep it strong for the Warcast.
Keep what strong?
What? The Warcast? Oh my God, sick. Sick in the edge you are.
Oh.
Sick. Right, we better go now, aren't we?
This is where Rambler normally says something that like segue, and we like escape the awkwardness. But
oh yeah, thanks very much, guys, for the lookalikes. People said
they said you look like Stannis, didn't they?
And this just really confused me. I was trying to work it out.
Lookalikes, yeah.
No, this was even better. I look like a World War One soldier.
What, just a generic World War One?
Yeah, and I was like,
no World War One soldier in particular, just generic soldier number 57,026.
Yeah,
that's
and
you.
I just thought, I'm trying to say, is it this sort of the thin stash? Is it? I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
God knows, but yeah, he said he looks like a really down the line sort of World War One soldier.
Yes, he's a pilot in the RAF, darn it.
Yeah. So
off to shoot old Jerry.
What? Someone said something about Samwise Gamgee.
Oh yeah, to me, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah, they said not so much Samuel Tarly, but more Samwise Gamgee. I was like,
the best one was
either way, I'm a Sam. What?
They called Rambler Rick. Reek.
Reek, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys thought Rambler looked a little bit like Reek.
Ouch.
That hurts.
That's gonna hurt. It's for him.
So yeah, feel free to. I guess do we look like characters from other series or programs or who looks like Eagle Piggle? Seriously.
Yeah.
If you look like Eagle Piggle, sort your life out. Go get cosmetic surgery.
Well, that's Andy Niggle Piggle 4 and David Cameron came up, so maybe that's people think it looks like David Cameron, but there we go.
Fair play.
Yeah, fair play. Yeah. But and that's it. Come on.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. We have rambled all fantastically. So we will see you in the next Warcast. I've been Lionheart.
I've been Warrior Sparta.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.